Good morning, Pelham Road. This morning, our episode is brought to you by our Instagram account. Check it out. See some pictures of the youth group on mission trip and senior adults on their outings. It's a worthwhile investment of your time. Bring a little joy to your life. Thank you, Lynn, for putting that together for us. Instagram, Pelham Road. Jesus says to Martha, and you'll remember this story, "Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things." Certainly true of her, probably an understatement about us. This life, while joys can be many, our days are also filled with concern after concern. And I want you to consider this morning the words attention and inattention. Inattention is to be unaware. A child says it often, "I didn't know what time it was." They're not lying to you. They didn't know. Whatever they were occupied with took them to another place, and they forgot all about checking the clock. Inattention is not loaded with guilt. It's not malicious. It's not being passive-aggressive. It's being so caught up in something that we forget about the time, or we forget what we're wearing, or how our hair looks, or any number of things. Now, to pay attention is to know what's going on. To be fixated. The teacher tells you, stay focused. The parent says, pay attention. The preacher says, listen up. And this is good advice if you desire to solve problems and stay in good with your mom. But we need to give some love to inattention. You heard me correctly. We need to give some love to inattention. Attention gets plenty of support, and there's a place for it. But too much attention and you become Martha. Concerned about so much and enjoying so little. We need to give ourselves permission, required even, to pay inattention, to revert back to the 8-year-old who does not know what time it is. To go back to those days before children when we do less than nothing on Sunday. Inattention has a bad reputation, undeservingly so. All things in moderation, even inattention. Now, nobody sets out to be Martha. But if we don't work at it, that's exactly what we'll become. We allow the cares to pile up on us. We invite the burdens to be added to our shoulders. And even this is necessary in moderation. Yet I remind you, Martha is not the hero in this story. She's not a role model in this story. One of the reasons people drink, I imagine, is to try and revisit, if just for a moment, what it's like to be inattentive, to let the inhibitions go, to let the hair down, not thinking about the virus for a while, stop obsessing about the vacationless summer. While this is only one option to be inattentive, there are many others. And one Jesus actually recommended. You need to read the entire Sermon on the Mount to get the entire picture, but here's the Instagram version. Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about so much, but one thing is needful. Come on, Jesus. What's the one thing? Go ahead, spit it out. Like an info commercial, Jesus gives us promo, but not the answer. Inside the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says the pagans run after all these things, the scheduled things like money, work, family, sex, happiness, extra toilet paper. But your heavenly Father knows what you need. So seek first the kingdom of his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. And for those who have ears to hear and those who can connect the dots, there's the one thing you're needful of. One thing you lack, Martha. The one thing I ask, the one preoccupation which can keep you busy forever and distract you endlessly from these other things is seeking my kingdom. Jesus gives us something to pay attention to so we can be inattentive to our cares and routines which weigh us down. So be inattentive in the Jesus way. Now, you might be saying, well, what exactly is the kingdom he speaks of? I think you already know it, right? Forgive when you're hurt. Volunteer at the abused animal shelter. Speak peace to children. Share your coat if you have an extra one. Basically, we are distracted from our concerns when we choose to be concerned about others. That's the Jesus way. You get busy serving others, and all the other things will take care of themselves. Or they'll appear so small they no longer keep you awake at night. Those who are the happiest are those who do for others. Booker T. Washington. They're happy because they are inattentive to what brings fear and pain, but attentive to the neighbor God has called them to. Let's pay attention to our neighbor, and we won't be called Martha. Have a great Wednesday. Bye now.